Welcome to episode 70 of the Talking Shit podcast. For the 70th time, I'm Dr. Evil Genius.
And for the about 50th time, I am Captain Paul.
Dog, there was at least one live stream that you did without me when I had the Rona.
No, I'm just fucking with you. But welcome back. Like I said, thank you for watching this content, coming by. And if you're new here, subscribe. We have a ton of different content when it comes to live streams, recorded commentaries, reactions, and we will do everything underneath the sun. So, what do you got today for us there, DEG? Well, not everything. Not everything. Fair point.
Oh man, we're gonna have fun with this reaction, because a lot of people say that, I massage a lot of knees, which I think is a very weird accusation to make. So we're going to, we guess the body counts of the ladies. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander, at least in this instance. We're going to see if these aren't some lying ass niggas talking, because you know how they say, like, with women you have to multiply their body count by 3. Some guys say you have to multiply it by 3,000, but those are like black pill guys. And then with the guys, you have to divide their body count by 3.
Yeah.
I'm expected to see a lot of Cap. What are you expecting, Cap?
Bro, I'm expecting, because I haven't seen this video, I'm thinking one guy will probably say his body count's like 500 at least. That's what I'm expecting, at the very least. So, and I think, maybe I'm wrong. I don't expect to see anyone with his body count of 0. I could be wrong, but let's roll this bitch. Let's get into it.
All right. So before we do that, I want to welcome anybody that might be watching the stream after we've gone off the air. A lot of times we neglect to greet you, the viewer, but we do get views from people who are not here during the live stream. And we want to thank you for viewing them, because we already know that it's easier to watch a 10-minute video than an hour-long live stream. So Absolutely. If you're watching this after we've gone off the air, we really do appreciate you. All right, now, the cut is providing a lot of opportunities for us to have some really entertaining conversations, and in some of these conversations can really blossom into more serious or deeper discussions. Like in the last time we talked about the girl that said that she had no bodies, but then she really likes the Frankenbeans. So, what is classified as sex? And I think that some people have different parameters of what they believe sex is. Me, I think that anything you do that's sexually related or is called some type of sex, it's sex. So, whether, is Astral is here. How you doing?
What's going on, Astral?
By. She was gobbling cock and saying she had no body. It's like, no, like, you think that when you drained his nutsack, his dick cared which hole it went in? You wildin'. Journey Lewis, what's up? It's good to see you. Thank you very much for dropping by. So, I forgot to make the banner. So I'm gonna bring this up, and I'm gonna make the banner, and we are going to get into this conversation. Let's get this intro in, and thank you to the Cut for providing such really compelling content to react to.
Imagine you're at a bar, you see me out.
Hey there, good looking. Can I buy you a drink?
What are you thinking? I want to give him the 0.
Yo! Damn.
Hi.
Who
are you, and what are you doing here today?
Black women gonna tell you the truth.
And I'm guessing how many people men have slept with. What is your number? I know it's not more than 12. About 24, 25 sexual partners.
With no hips?
Had 3.
Okay. Well, what makes you think you might be good at this thing?
I'm currently a stripper, and I've filmed porn before, but I don't include that in my body.
You see this bullshit?
Whoa,
Guys,
whoa!
guys!
No, that's
Oh my God!
no.
Oh my God! And look at the scars on her legs.
Yeah,
That bitch be shooting up.
yeah, no, that's
What?
no. She doesn't count the time she got fucked for on film. So if she's fucking for money, it don't count. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, oh shit. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. She doesn't count her times when she was working as a porn star. That's in the comments or live chat, boys. What do you think of that? If a chick says to you, "Well, I don't count the times I was getting fucked while being paid," what are your thoughts on that? Are you like me? You think that's crazy? Because those definitely matter to me, if anything. That's
Stream
wild.
Sniper is a savage. Nico will probably like this one. Oh, no! I don't think that he would want to watch though. I think he's proven he doesn't want to watch that. Blind Bet says I'm too old for all of this. Oh my god! Oh my god! Yeah, we gotta get your opinions here. Kratos is like, hold up. Wait. All my niggas will be thinking we soft. We don't play. No, he think that's definitely suspect. Blind Bastard, they don't give it away for free. So, I mean, that also opens up a really interesting conversation about how we look at sex and dating, right? Because there are guys that have said it. You know, Kevin Samuels was in this group of guys where he said, well, a lot of you guys talking about I will never pay for box, right? Well, if you ask her out on a date, you're paying for her transportation, you're paying for her food, you're paying for her transportation again, all for a chance that you might not get the box. What's the fucking difference? Very few guys can get the box and have the chick pay for the date. Very few guys could do that.
I mean, I guess the difference would be that is it's a purely transactional thing, right? Where you go for like an hour, half hour, whatever the fuck your stamina is, I guess, and kind of go from there. I mean, to me, I view it as completely different, but I could understand why you would view it somewhat similarly. You know, it's interesting, right? I'll say this. It's so different when I went to Belgium, right? When I went across the Atlantic Ocean and we got off the ship in Belgium, I thought it was really intriguing how different the sex workers are over there. Like it's like like the red light district, which I went down, which I did not know at the time because it just looked like any other part of the city. It was just like chicks dancing in the window, showing off, trying to get you to come in, and yada yada yada. And it was just such like a completely mind blowing thing because like as you know from up northeast like American, and I'm like, what the fuck did I just walk into? It was really cool. I'll say it was a really cool town. But do you think they should legalize sex work? Like, what's your opinion on that?
That's let me just answer the question first before I elaborate. I'm gonna say everything should be legal at this point. Because we don't have standards in society anymore. And if you're going to take away standards on one end and then put standards on the other end, it doesn't seem very fair to me. So like when they were really pushing like the pro marijuana stuff, I was like, yo, just legalize methamphetamine and just have everybody nodding out in the middle of the street. I'll try my very best not to hit you with my car. I think that, you know, if a chick wants to sell her box, we should allow her to do it. But then we also should take away a lot of the safety nets that we have in place to save women from their bad decisions. So if you want to go out there and sell your box, I don't want to hear later about how you want a man that loves and respects you. I mean, check this chick out over here, right? I mean, guys, I really want you to look at her legs. How fucked up her legs look. All of these scarring on her legs. it would not surprise me whatsoever if she was the type in the past that was shooting up. Okay. And this chick is going to add, this chick basically only counts the men who respects her.
Yeah.
Okay. I only count the bodies of guys that were cuck enough, weak enough to treat me like I'm a proper lady when I am clearly not.
Yeah, I'll say this, man. It's kind of sad in a way for me, right? Because that's like someone's daughter, someone that really got completely lost in the way of life in that regard, and that's just kind of unfortunate to me. And I get where you're kind of coming from when it comes to the, I would say, legalization of everything. I'm kind of there as well. Personally, as you know, we both. Funny as me and you don't really. I don't really drink I don't drink or smoke. Neither do you, right?
Nope.
We don't.
I thought you did some drinking in the past, but not anymore, right?
But nothing like super heavy. But like when I was 21, 22, I'd get a bottle of whiskey and I would sip it from time to time. But even then, it's just like I don't feel
That's a
well
grown
being
man's
inhibited.
drink, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. And
Is that why you're mad, Harry?
yeah, pretty much, right?
Put some hair on your chest. You should drink some
hair on your chest.
gasoline.
But to me, it kind of comes down to I don't like to be inhibited, and
Exactly.
I don't really like putting a lot of foreign substances in my body. Now you could argue with some of the food that's in grocery stores and stuff like that. There's some harsh chemicals and additives in there that should be there. That's very true. But I think when you add some of these drugs, they definitely do more harm to you than good. So that's why for me, I'm for people being able to do whatever the fuck they want to do. So yeah, like legalize everything, and make sure you have certain things done where there's, if needed, medical professionals know what to do. But yeah, I don't know. Just personally, I'm not for it.
And this is why, you look at this particular sex worker here, right? You know that these women want to. JL, we're going to be tackling this subject on another stream, so definitely hold this for a future stream. All right, we're going to touch on this type of shit in the future. Don't.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know what the expectation is, because as much as these women want to claim that it's ultra liberal and everything is okay now, notice how she did not try to embellish her body count, right? She's trying to conceal her body count because she knows what people really think of her.
And that's a sad truth. Yeah. I think when it kind of comes down,
related comment, Kratos.
Catherine in Germany, sex workers need to register and go test every 3 months. Like, yeah, that is true in Europe.
Yeah,
they do make you get tested. It's just, how do I put this? Sometimes, right? It's actually kind of fun. It kind of ties into that video that went viral, right? Sometimes, man, the money's just not worth it. The money isn't worth your soul, to me, at least in my opinion. I think it's, that's kind of how I've always looked at it. Yeah, you can make a quick dollar. You could go on OnlyFans and make hundreds of thousands of dollars. And hey, if you want to do that, salute to you. But also realize you are kind of selling a very private part of yourself, and you're making a profit off of. And if you can live with that, that's fine. But also realize some people will kind of look at you a certain way. And that's not to shame anyone. I don't really give a fuck what people do in their own lives. I think I've made that apparent in pretty much all the videos we do. But realize that people will cast judgment, and you can't be mad at it for it, because everyone grows up with a certain set of beliefs or a different worldview than you.
Look at this fucking savage ass comment that, for whatever reason, I guess the fucking comments, you guys are so active in the comment section. We love it. He says, my last girlfriend a few years ago asked me to bend her over the stove while she was cooking and take her right there with her daughter in the next room. No money needed.
Shout out.
So we know you're not 5'4" and 115 pounds. Yeah,
Shut
'cause,
out
you
the
know,
second stupid idiot.
I-
Don't make me go there. Don't.
I baited you, and you failed. I told you to get it out of your system before the start of the stream. You
don't go there.
failed.
Listen, just quick. If you haven't already, check out the Patreon. If you do, obviously I'm not saying gotta subscribe. If you can, that'd be amazing.
Hey, if you go to the dog water level and you hear that, oh my, you know what? I'm gonna leave that shit alone.
Yeah, listen, I will say there is some heat coming on the Patreon. It's, I'm not gonna release
Jeremy
it on
said they're
YouTube.
big into testing the sex workers in Vegas too. JL says because I'm young, but why is having such a high body count a flex? Even as a man, I do not think telling people it is really as cool
I agree.
as you may think it does.
I actually agree with him on that aspect. You know what I've noticed though, Evil, in my opinion, the people that are super braggadocious and like super vocal about their sex
You
count,
have to divide their body count
like by 10. Yeah. Like, bro, that's the funniest part to me is that usually when you're super about it like that, like, yeah, like I'm paying so many chicks, and it's like it's the one with the most lack of experience, just to put it very lightly. To me, I don't go around about, oh, I've had this number of bodies, I've had this. I just think it's kind of cringe. Like when you see the frauds in Florida, like one of them, the Toblerone or whatever his name is.
Did you just call him a Toblerone?
Yeah. And like you had that dude saying that he's like smoked 5 girls the same day. Yeah, Walter. Like the only thing, dog, you got 5
You're
girls
bad.
probably in 10 years. Like relax. But
All right,
yeah.
so I'm gonna, and JL follows up by saying it as long as you have muscles and you have your shit together with the right confidence, you pull women. That is not necessarily the case anymore. Maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago. But let's talk about this right quick, okay? Why is it a flex? Well, I'm gonna try to be as succinct about this as possible. You can tell a lot about somebody's status and stature in society by their level of access. And what we're talking about is not necessarily what they have access to by default, but what people have access to by way of earning. So if you look at the way that men and women are looked at in society, if a girl is in her teenage years, her 20s, 30s, and then even if you start talking 40s and 50s, right? You get a 55-year-old woman that meets a guy, walks up to him and say, hey, would you like to pee in my butt? And the dude is probably going to say, yes, I do want to pee in your butt. Now, can any 40-year-old man do that? Can any 30-year-old man do that? Can any 20-year-old man do that? If you're not Dwayne The Rock Johnson or Tom Cruise or Chris Hemsworth or
if you're not in the top percent
or Jason Momoa, you cannot walk up to a woman and say, hey, can I get them buns? No, it doesn't work that way. So the vast majority of men have to actually be something, be somebody, be rich, be recognizable as desirable among all the other women, and somebody that is desirable to be like among other men. You have to go through all these hoops of flame just to be recognized as existing on planet Earth. So if you're a guy that is getting buns, that is a signal to everybody around you that you have some sort of value that is universally recognizable as that's that dude. Whereas a chick, the only thing you need to do is provide an ID that says that you're 18 and you can get that work. So for women, it is not difficult to get sex. For men, it is very difficult and getting to be more difficult. So
well, I think
a high body count for a man is a flex because it is really difficult to convince one woman to have consensual intercourse with you. Imagine if you got 50.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to say this though. When you are super on about it and you talk about it quite a bit, when the subject's not brought about, like I don't know if you've had these type of people in your life. I had one dude I knew like that, like, oh man, I'm smashing all these chicks and all that. I'm like, bro, like I literally saw you get blackout drunk in the corner and cry yourself to sleep. Like, relax. Like, you're not that dude, right? First off, and there's no shame in not being that dude. But I mean, I agree with you. When men get to their financial security in life, when they're in their 30s, when they get to a certain status, it is far easier to obtain women. It just is because women are attracted to security, whether you like that or not. And I would have to say to young men, do not beat yourself up about that, because like you're going through the process, you're starting out in your career, or maybe you're just figuring out things in life. And shit just takes time. I think there's also a problem I have with society of this external pressure forcing young men to try to like, oh, you gotta have sex, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. Like, dude, just let shit come to you naturally in time. Work on your confidence. Yo,
You need to work on yourself to be somebody substantial that a chick wants to get smashed by.
And also, rejection happens to all of us, man.
More than 99%.
Yeah, exactly. So like when you get rejected by a girl, my biggest advice is, hey, shit happens. More fish in the sea. Go out there, just keep improving your tactics, girl by girl, and just it's have fun with the shit. In my opinion.
Yeah.
Sorry,
expect the rejection. Expect the rejection.
Exactly.
JL wants to know. He says, "I know you guys were sad after hearing the news of 6ix9ine, right? Stay tuned. Stay tuned. That's all I'm gonna say, JL.
There's a video we recorded last night.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We got a South Park
reference.
You just stick it inside her and pee, right?
Oh shit.
Vex says I can convince no women. This is a really great question, Jay. But wouldn't that be a red flag? A man having sex with multiple people many times a week, month, wouldn't that be a sign of them not being serious?
I think it comes down different values. This is where yeah.
So I'm going to explain it to you from the way that women look at this stuff. Women do not want men that other women don't want. Women are in constant competition with each other to see who can get the competition, who can get the attention from the highest ranking male that they can, and then hold on to his attention, and then get them to either pay for their lifestyle, or if you're like on some real hot, you're the best woman ever, to get the highest level man to pay for your lifestyle and to not look at other women. They want guys with options that are willing to forego their options. So when a guy's out there smashing, women aren't looking at him like, oh, yuck, he's smashing. What they want to know is what he got that all these women want. And so I'm willing to throw my hat in the ring to try to get him to commit to only me, because he could get all the box that he wants. But I'm the one that he locked down. I'm the one he put the ring on. I'm the one he bought the big house for. And that makes me more of a woman than the next woman.
I'll slightly push back. I think what you're saying is right for certain types of women, but there are also other women out there, right? If they find out a dude sleeping around with a bunch of different women, it is going to be a turnoff. Just you know what I mean? It's just like in life, people just have different perspectives. So for maybe a woman that's a little bit more like traditionalist in their mindset, that might be a turnoff. So I think I get where you're coming from. Yeah, but the majority
want to give it up to.
Right, but I'm saying there are going to be that certain sect of women, right, that kind of would view that in a negative. That's all. I just want to kind of balance that out as possible. But yeah,
no, that's cool. I mean, there are women that will look and say, "Oh, I know I'm never going to get a commitment from him, so I'm not even going to bother." Right?
Yeah,
those women are the non-delusional women.
Like, I'll say this. Now, I'm not saying a certain type of Christian, because some of them Christian girls can get freaky, but like some women would come up with am I wrong? I'm not wrong. But when certain girls with certain belief system and background, when they see a dude that slept with a ton of women, it's going to be instant turn off.
But those are I do agree with chicks that be like, I'm still a virgin. I only take it in the booty. I don't take it in. I don't take it in the front, only the back. So I'm still a virgin. Those Christian chicks. I want to be very clear, and I'm going to turn this into a little bit of a public service announcement, guys. This is not the proper thinking. 50 is when you start asking about STDs.
No,
that's
one
just
is. No,
one.
Yeah.
You can. You ever seen that one movie, Kids? That's also a music reference, guys. But seriously, have you seen that movie, Kids?
No, I've not.
Oh my God. Well,
I don't watch movies, bro. You know this. You know I don't watch movies like that. I just
I
don't.
really want to start talking about English sticks, but I'm not going to do that right now.
I mean, listen. Shout out to Lutch. You started it. You started it. You started it. But yeah, I think. Yeah.
In this movie, Kids, right? There's two women. There's two young girls, two young teenagers, right? You got one chick that is like spreading like her innards all over Union Square Park here in New York City. Like anybody that is willing to deck her halls, she's spreading. And then there was this one like really sheltered girl who thought that this, really, nice pretty boy like really cared about her, and he charmed her pants off, nutted in her, right? So she was so her friend, the one that was like spreading her insides all over the Union Square area of New York City, she got scared that she's been smashed by so many dudes that she thought that she might have something. So she wanted to take a friend with her to go get tested because she didn't want to be alone when she found out that she had the yuck and the burn.
God damn it! That was an Eminem reference. I hate you. I ever seen that movie reaction. Kids by New? Yeah, because I just saw the comment section and I was like, wait a minute, and then that fuck off. All right, yeah, okay. Now that's sorry. Yo, you ever seen that movie Kids by New? Oh my God.
But you know what was really messed up, man?
What's that?
The chick that was getting her insides plundered. Shout out to MTR. You're respected in this part of the internet. This chick that was just like getting her shit ran through. She was negative for everything. The chick that had sex the one time ended up with HIV.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Well,
damn, son.
Speaking of Magic Johnson, let's roll back into it.
Oh my God. Kratos said, I was a virgin until my early 20s. Almost every girl in my high school wanted me based on that alone. Yeah, you were a challenge. Challenge. Yeah. But once you've had sex one time, that's why there are some dudes that will continue to keep claiming they're a virgin to women so that they could get the box easier. That's something that's happened. JL says, so they want a man who is wanted by other women and they get mad if their friend sleeps with him but not her man. Seems backwards. Yeah, that's their competitor. And yes, it is backwards, but it's real. It's real. So, yeah, Bob Saget, rest his soul. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Rosario Dawson. Yep. She was getting ran through in that film. So, I just kind of wanted to put that out there for you guys. Let's continue.
Here are the numbers you're going to be trying to match today.
0, I don't know. I feel like maybe it might be like a little awkward.
33 doesn't mean older necessarily, but maybe someone that's more experienced.
This person, I got some questions. 200 plus.
Do you want to
look like a player? That could be that.
No. I can't let that slide.
That could be that.
Hold on. I
got some questions. 200.
All right. The only thing that
necessarily, but maybe someone that's more experienced.
All right, this one right here, okay? And this is, could prove my point, could disprove my point. She's got some questions. All right? Why? Because immediately when she sees this number, what do you have that other guys don't? And I want some of that. Where her fucking Pillsbury fucking rolls container looking ass.
This person, I got some questions. 200 plus, if they look like a player, that could be that. Or you could have like multiple partners at once.
You think you're ready? Yeah.
You first. What's your name?
Marquise.
Marquise, nice to meet you. I'm Rita. First question.
Yes, I love your outfit.
Oh, thank you. I was like,
man, he's trying to trauma in them jeans.
I don't think he's the 0. He's put together. And he already complimented me, so I was like, I took that as a little plus too.
Oh, do you like strip clubs?
I went once. It was super awkward. Like, just like super aggressive, like that.
Yo,
like
a little much for you?
Yeah.
Did you used to like sneak out?
Yeah, she
do
lost
that
all
kind of
respect
stuff?
for him.
Nah, actually, I didn't even start going out till I was like 19.
Were you somebody that dated a lot in high school?
Oh, no.
No?
no. Did a lot of poetry and just like reading and stuff like that. So
That's
Watch him
sweet.
be the
Okay.
200
Hey,
plus.
I feel like you might be like a person that's into relationships more, but you may have had
Jerry
like,
said-
not one night stands, but situationships.
I'm gonna say 8. You said you weren't really fucking around in high school, but it's been some time since then. So maybe you've gotten around a little bit.
Next flannel.
Hey, how's it going?
He wasn't
Good,
gonna
how are
let
you?
on.
I like
let
your
on.
shirt. I'm Michael.
Thanks. Nice
That
to meet
dude
you,
is a
Michael.
tall
I'll give you
Asian
5
dude.
out
He
of 10.
definitely getting box.
Possible F boy. That's the first thing that came into
Ah!
Did you grow up in a conservative or religious?
Neither. My
I want you look at his stance, y'all. Look at his stance. Look at his stance. Like he's just like, listen, I am who I am. I know I got this square jaw. I know that I'm the tallest Asian in my city.
Like the Yao
And I
Ming
work
of
out.
Asians. Yo, let's
And
go.
I got style. I got a Burberry shirt on.
my mom did not give a shit what I did, so
Have
He
you
was
ever been
out
sex
there.
shop before?
like twice, and I was in a
Twice?
relationship.
Are you going like with her for something specific?
We were
or
just bored,
You're just bored checking
but
it
we
out?
didn't buy anything yet. She wasn't freaky, so
Are
we
you
didn't really-
freaky?
Yes, with the right partner.
Were there multiple long-term relationships?
Just 2. So
Just
like
2?
4.5 years were wasted. But yeah.
Were you doing stuff before?
Oh, damn!
Mm.
He was like, in those 4.5 years, I could have been smashing.
Yeah.
That, or was it just?
It was a dry spell before those back-to-back relationships.
I'm thinking 3.
I feel like he's the 33.
Why did you give me 33?
Because you're fine. You know, like that's what I can say.
Yo, son! Son! Look at the way
I
he
feel
licked
like
his
he's the
lips.
33.
Why did you give me 33?
Because you're fine.
See, again, what the fuck did I say, Cap?
Yep.
She assumes he's getting the second most buns, at least. Hey, look at her body language. Look at the way she's looking at him. She wants to fuck right now. She wants to be number 34.
Yeah, she's like, what's she doing after this show?
Yo, that's what she's trying to say.
Yeah, bro.
Ain't
Seriously.
no woman telling you that you fine unless she's trying to bust it open. Shout out to Replicant Fish. And she's ready to bust it wide open.
You know, like
Yeah,
that's
look.
I don't know if I have any other explanation.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Howdy. Nice to meet
0.
you. My name's Aiden.
Nice to meet you as well, Aiden.
What's your best sexy voice?
It's not just the voice, but
Okay, you're. Oh, so you got the. Oh, so you can do that. You're using the eyebrow.
Are you more of an ass man or a boobs guy?
I'm a boobs guy. I love boobies. Just a booba, you know?
Oh.
Would you like to dance?
I was gonna say that he was like a dark horse for having a decent non-zero number, because if you look at his posture, he seems to be like very sure of himself. He's very well put together. His shoes. Notice that he's got the most professional shoes out of anybody that's there. Right? Like he's got like this refined kind of this refined persona, and he has a very relaxed body language and posture, right? So I would think that he would be one of those guys that, you know, understated. You know, he's he's not the type to like be kissing and telling, but man, he did not represent himself very well. Oh, booba.
Yeah, that made me think in my head.
Titties?
Yeah, that's right. That's why I'm looking like a firm 0 for me on that. Like that's my prediction.
But there's only 1 0. So
I'll go with
you
him.
got this bucktooth guy over here on the far left, like
The battle of the buck teeth. Let's go.
Sure.
Oh,
I'm not
cringe.
an answer.
It's
I'm sorry.
okay.
Do you feel confident approaching somebody?
I guess, but it's just very rare that I find somebody attractive.
What if you see someone and you're out at the bar or like on a bus or something? How do you approach it?
Hey there, good looking.
No.
I
Can I buy you a
somebody
drink?
like this too, and he does get buns.
I want to give him the 0.
Just for now. I'm just gonna sit you with this for now.
He's a virgin. Like,
Okay.
That's not mean. I was a virgin until like 11 months ago.
I don't think it's like a bad
What?
thing.
No.
It's hard.
Now, she had no bodies. I mean, she's been getting fucked on camera by like, I don't know, 50, 60 guys. But the first guy who was that beta male provider, you know, that spent a whole lot of money, and then she gave him 37 seconds of sympathy sex. Now I lost my virginity.
There.
hello.
Hi, I'm Sammy.
Nice to meet you, Sammy.
Good to meet you.
Do you think 7 inches is too much?
Oh gosh, it really does depend on the context, doesn't it?
Mhm.
I think 7 inches is lovely.
Ask him how big his penis is.
How big are you?
Now, do you think that a man would get away with asking a question like that?
No, fuck no. No.
Because none of the guys in the video where they did, you know, with the ladies, right?
Mm-hmm.
None of those guys were encouraged to ask, you know, how big are your titties, or you know, is your pussy at this point like throwing a hot dog down a hallway? Like nobody said anything like that when the women were doing it. But you notice, you kind of catch that?
Yeah, no, I did. It's kind of
Yeah.
Most of my partners have said that it is the thickest they've seen.
When did you start dating?
Started dating when I was 23.
23? How old are you now?
I am 28 now.
That throws me off a little bit.
What are you thinking?
I was gonna give
You
you
look like he's
33 'cause you
48.
seem so confident.
Hmm.
But that's not a large window of time.
How many sexual partners have you had like at once?
5 or 6?
Oh,
That
okay,
nigga's gay.
Okay.
Can you show me your best sexual sex?
Right around there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all about that rhythm, right? Hey, there we go.
Now, guys, they're not talking about how many women you fuck. They said people.
It's crazy.
All right. That dude fucks dudes. I'm just letting you know that right now.
Okay. Why do you think 33?
I don't think you're 200 plus. It's just not a big enough time frame.
Okay. Do you think I'm sexy enough to have this many sexual partners?
You don't have to be. I mean.
Oh, so that's
I mean,
a no.
No.
Okay.
I didn't say that.
Thank you.
You're just
No, black women don't lie. Black women don't lie. I'm glad she's on this panel, son.
Yeah.
I know you can't say that, but I'm gonna say it as the token black guy on the show.
You're not
we're
my
good,
cup
we're
of tea.
good.
No, you're just not my cup of tea. But his personality seems like he could definitely get any person he wants.
You wouldn't let yourself not get game. That's what I'm getting from you.
Hello.
You can't tell that he's
Nice to
gay
meet
as
you.
fuck.
Did you date a lot in high school?
Majority of my high school life was one relationship, but after that, I was in my hoe phase,
How long were you in your hoe phase?
like a year. But honestly, I couldn't find anyone for like a few months because I didn't even know how to start.
What part of
And
your
that's most
body
guys.
is your past partner's favorite?
My chest, I guess.
Shirt on, shirt off.
Shirt off, definitely shirt off. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, the Asian guy is like, he's no competition for me. Yeah.
1 year is not enough time.
How old do you think I am?
How old are you? I don't know.
No, how old do you think I
Okay,
am?
you're
I asked her.
27.
No, I'm 19.
You're 19.
Yeah,
23. Take it.
Or 3.
Because you're.
I would say 0. Why, ask me why I say 0.
Just
I mean,
because
I know that like it's non-zero, but if he didn't tell his story, I would have thought 0.
just the way he carries himself.
It's them goddamn knee pads.
You know what? That's hilarious. I didn't even notice that.
This nigga's got on some suspender-looking shit and some knee pads.
I thought those were just like the pants, but yeah, I didn't notice that was knee pads.
I mean, the thing is, I know that the Asian chick with them wonderful rocking tits said that she was a 0, but she sucked a lot of dick. Maybe his number really is non-zero because he's got on knee pads and he's ready.
19.
My final guy.
Just off look alone, kind of give an assessment of his sexual history.
I feel
He likes to sit back, grab a chick by the back of her head,
shy in a
and
way.
nut down her
I'm
throat,
not shy.
and then be like,
Oh.
get out of here.
Okay, can you dance? How do you?
And it's okay. It's like white guy at a wedding. Just like a lot of like booty rocking everywhere. You know, like
Yeah.
Okay.
Bubba Sparks.
Do you date?
Oh yeah, actually, just I've recently started dating again.
You been to a sex shop?
Oh yeah, typically with partners though.
What do you buy?
Usually like lube or like toys for them.
What's
Like
your favorite lube?
I don't know what it's called. It's like a CBD lube though. That was like
Oh,
that was
okay.
great. Yeah.
This is an intimidating number to assign to anybody.
You got 12. I feel like it might be lower. Just because you seem a little nervous.
Oh, because I'm on camera right now.
Oh, yeah. But just be honest, everybody, I feel like you're most nervous right now. I feel a little nervous right now.
I have that effect on women.
Are there any numbers that you want to switch?
Yes. So you said you have a hoe phase.
Can I have yours? Can I have yours? I'll keep it like that.
Raise your hand if she got you right.
I knew it. No, okay.
Wow. I told you.
Damn.
Go ahead and switch to your right answers.
I'm telling you, gay dudes are really not very discerning with who they get down with, right? Like, I'm not saying that the guy is gay. It's possible that he is pansexual. So he could have been in, and the thing is, guys are always going to up their number, right? They can be in a gangbang or they can be at a sex party and be in the same bed at the same time, not touch them, and then still count that body. Because we guys are always trying to elevate our body counts as high as possible because we know that it is tied to our status. The same way that women are always trying to lower their body count because they know that that number is tied to their status in the opposite. It's just reality, people. It's just the way it is.
I see them just going opposite directions. I can see the shadows just going back and forth. Come up, flannel partner.
So, yeah, you got me wrong.
I know.
Yeah, I was not surprised. Even though the dude is dripped out. The dude is dripped out. Gosh.
Flatter than you think that. What made you think 8 and then 12?
He threw me off. So I was just trying to switch it.
You know what it is? She looked at the drip and she said, you know what? I'd fuck him. I think she's probably going to be more likely to want to fuck him because she would be the first. But I'm not surprised that it was 0 on that end. But it was him or the knee pads. It was him or the knee pads, really.
Is there a reason?
I had a lot of like insecurity issues and stuff like that, so I just kind of keep to myself.
Yo, can we give a round of applause for this guy?
I like that honesty.
Yeah,
I need.
Yo, Clinks, can you give me my fucking sound effects guy? Come on.
It's only been 2 years.
I must commend this guy. Like, the dude is like, listen, this is who I am. It's not happening for me right now. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna dress the way I want to. I'm not, I think that he's at the point in his life that he's been told that he is non-select. He's barely taller than a black chick. He's shorter than this former heroin addict over here. That doesn't count. That doesn't count 98% of her bodies. So I really like. He doesn't seem like desperate. He's like, listen, this is just who I am. One of these days it might happen. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't.
Self-esteem, yeah.
Do people give you shit? I feel like people will give you shit.
I feel like people are more concerned with it than I am. I mean, there have been women that I've wanted to, it just never happened. So
You seem like a really chill, down to earth dude.
Yeah.
I think if you looked for the right lady, you could find the right lady.
And she's like, it won't be me because my pussy is dried up by being within 3 feet of you.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Just take your time. Don't worry about it.
Hey.
What did I give you again?
You gave me a 12, so you were wrong, but you weren't off by much. Yeah.
How do you feel about that number?
Honestly, I feel pretty good because I feel like a high number is kind of like a bad thing for both genders nowadays.
Also, and you called it, Cap, values.
Yep, 100%.
You know,
Like you
East
said.
Asians, you know, they're not trying to smash everybody for the most part. They're more trying to build up their value as men so that they can find a good wife and then have like a cohesive family unit like everybody really should be doing.
Right.
So you're not going to find a lot of them are very conservative with the way that they look at the world and their interactions with people. They tend to be a little bit more respectful, if not, you know,
Right.
pretty much, you know, they're pretty moderate on the xenophobic scale, East Asians. But for the most part, like they're super respectful, they're chill, you know, they're easy to get along with, and their values are just in a different place, which is why Asian men average the highest salary in the United States at around $61,000 a year.
Yep.
They make $10,000 a year more than the average white man because their priorities are where they're supposed to be. So he's like, listen, I got some buns. I'm good with it, but that's not really my focus.
Yeah.
Just look like a hoe or a man whore, and like if I'm looking for a future wifey, I'm definitely don't want her in the like 25s. How many sexual?
Well, you saw. No, did you see how she turned away? She was like, I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh, I've just been. Oh shit, I'm out.
Partners have you had?
25.
And he said the magic number, and he's just look. He's looking at it. He's like, well, wasn't that attracted to her? And boom goes the dynamite.
I guess it's an insecurity thing. If I'm not pleasing you in a certain way, I think you would try to look for.
I think he's
else
being nice
to
there.
add a lot of-
No, but he's right. A woman that's had like a lot of sausages is going to have a bun that is going to be very fickle about committing to the next sausage. You know, every sausage that you get kind of wears the bread away, so it doesn't hold on quite the same way. You feel me?
I feel you.
And so, you know, women look at it as, oh, you know, you're slut shaming. No, we understand that if we try to invest in you long term, which puts us at a lot of risk, there's a lot of risk to committing to a woman at really any stage of relationship. There's a lot of risk. We're not going to risk it on a chick that, you know, you're the 26th guy now.
Yeah.
On her way to her 45th guy. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, you're not going to go through the batting order 3 times. Like, I'm not going to be the 27th batter. I'm good.
No. And you're not pitching a shutout on me or getting a perfect game.
No, there's no hitters here.
That's such a sweet answer.
Thank you.
But I know I have no chance.
I do indeed have had sex before.
Good job.
Proud of myself. Going in, I wanted serious commitment, and it just didn't work out with the first 2, and my third is my fiance. So.
Did you approach your fiance?
Yeah, did you approach her?
So I was just sitting on the bus looking out the window, and I see this attractive lady get on the bus, and she had misplaced her bus card. So I paid her fare for her. And
Damn, he's a beta male provider. Damn.
Oh, come on. All right, listen. Give the man some slack. We don't know the story. He could have been just being nice. All right, let's not.
Guys don't have space to be nice anymore, Cap. Those days are over.
Listen.
Now when women look at you, see, men used to get respect for doing respectable things about this. Let me make it very clear to you people today. I don't think that what he did was wrong or bad by any stretch of the imagination, but you have to look at the world around you. Guys that treat women well are disrespected more often than not. And when guys look at you, they don't necessarily think that you're a bad guy for doing something nice for a woman. They just see you as a patsy because so many women are so vocal about having such a lack of baseline human respect for guys that actually do nice things for nice reasons.
I mean, I listen. Obviously, you got a fiance out of it. It worked. I'm not going to look down on somebody that kind of just did someone a solid at the time, and then it kind of turned into something else. I don't know how he is. He definitely doesn't look like a guy that, like, you know, would get mad pussy. Let's just keep that clear. But at the same point, just because of the way he carries himself, not because the way he looks, but just the way he carried himself throughout this experiment. But let's be fair. I mean, it worked for him. Maybe he's just.
I don't know how long it's gonna work because, you know, he looks like a guy that makes a lot of money. And I'm very cynical when it comes to these things, right? You know, he's not the smoothest, he's not the tallest.
But you don't need to be. Like that's
no,
that's,
you don't need to be to have a woman marry you and then I'm not happy and then take half your shit.
Well, boys, that's why we support prenups on this channel. Like, no,
He doesn't seem like a guy that would require a prenup.
I mean,
Okay.
I'll just be real, man. And I told you with dating experience with me, like I've dated girls that, and you know, literally was it a couple months in? Oh, when are you going to be buying a house for me? Because of the field I work in, right? So it's like, fucking nope. See you later. And it's like anyone. Just the biggest advice I can give you.
Find the other version of me in the multiverse, the bitch
Exactly.
ass version of me. Fuck out of here.
The one thing I'll say, gentlemen, watching this, young men, if you are in a good position where you are making good money, even if it's not millions of dollars, but hundreds of thousands, shit, I would even say in the upper like $80,000 to $100,000 range, right? Look for prenups. I'm legitimately
You'll find
seriously
a whole lot about a woman when you bring up the prenup conversation.
You need to protect your assets. And some people might argue, but that's not love, and that's not, like, people fall out of love. That is the harsh reality of
language,
it.
Cap. Don't buy into that. That's just shaming language.
I know, but like people, I'll just be real. Like, well, like that's love. Like, no, like legitimate financial advice for me to you as someone that.
Disclaimer: this is not actual financial advice.
This is not actual financial advice. I don't want to get sued, but I'm not BitBoy. But I think when it kind of comes down to it, just make sure. Just make sure you have your best interest in mind and protect them. Do not get lost in the sauce, and do not let the pussy override your rationality.
I was about to say, don't let your emotions and how much you love her cloud your responsibility to yourself to protect yourself. Shout out to Manosphere Highlights Daily. The tagline there is "Protect yourself at all times," and we definitely are a proponent of that. All right.
Let's wrap this up.
That's how it started, and we started talking from there. And
that is so cute. Wow.
I
feel terrible now. Wow.
Yeah, I feel terrible now. Yeah.
With 12. However, off by about 190. Was there anything about my personality that made it seem like I've slept with a lot of people?
You remind me of my friend.
Who's gay?
And
he fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just y'all. The way you just come off, it's just your energy. How did you?
Yeah, she has a lot of gay.
There was a
friends.
time where I really hated myself, and I had a hard time seeing myself as attractive. And when people wanted to have sex with me, it made me feel attractive. And there was a sex club that I could go to and have sex with 10 to 20 guys in a night.
Told you! What did I say? What did I say, Cap? What did I say?
Yo, but
what did I say, Cap?
Listen, I'll say this. The reason why that disgusts me though is, man, like the chance of catching something is so fucking high.
But then whenever you talk about the high HIV rates or monkeypox, you're a phobe.
Dude, like legitimate. I don't give a fuck if you're straight, gay, bi, into fucking plants. I don't care. Like, yo, have some safe versions of sex. Like, let's not just be throwing out those cheeks and that dick for everybody. Like, yo, that's nasty. Yo, dude, they had dudes split roasting him. Like, what the fuck,
Shout out
dude?
to Captain Majoro, the IW Rookie of the Year.
Yo,
Thank
come
you for
over to
coming by.
YouTube, bro. Come over to YouTube. This is where the conversations are being held, man. And plus,
The
Twitch
Simplistics says 200 women wouldn't be trying to smash anyone looking like that. The black chick basically was saying that, like, because you know, black chicks always try to use homosexuality.
I did play that.
As an insult to black men, but they hang out with gay dudes all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That was something that Kevin Samuels, rest his soul, would point out all the time. you always want to claim to be allies, but as soon as a guy says something you don't like, oh, you gay. But yeah, I called that shit from a mile away.
It was easy, and it made me feel good about myself.
Were they all like sexual intercourse, or were they all, or like?
Penetration is one part of sex, but there's also different ways to do that. So I consider anybody who I've had some sort of sexual contact with to be a partner.
Okay. I have a lot of.
Told you. Didn't I just finish saying that if he was on the same bed as somebody that was in the orgy, he counting that body? Didn't I say that?
Let's just keep playing.
I do believe I called that.
You did call that. You did call that.
Friends that go to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I've heard it's a very good time.
Well, it was for the time that it was. I don't know that that's my future, but that's where I've been.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Moving on to something
We
else.
chilling.
Okay.
You overestimated it quite a bit. But, honestly, if I was a little older, probably would be a lot higher. I'm not going to lie. What made you give me the 200 plus again?
Out of everyone, I feel like I was able to get more of your game out, more of your spunk.
How much?
She wanted to fuck him too.
Yeah.
She wanted him to be. She wanted the Asian dude to be number 26, and she wanted this dude to be number 27.
Yeah, she wanted.
It was 10,
10?
within like 2 months.
Within 2 months?
Yeah, because I said it was a year because I was trying to for a year, but once I figured out how, then it all just kind of comes.
Well, hopefully your whole phase taught you some
Yeah,
things.
it did. Yeah, and I'm
It's a
probably
good
better at sex now. I'm
experience.
probably better at sex now.
That's great.
Yeah.
Last one.
Yeah, he would fuck that nasty chick too.
You were wrong.
I can see. I was very wrong.
I get it. I like you kept lowering the numbers too. Like,
I know. I was like,
absolutely
maybe
not.
no.
There's no way.
What were your prime years?
The dude is like what, 6'1" and 250 pounds.
I think he's actually like 6'3", 6'4". He reminds me of my boy.
No,
Gio.
I don't think because that chick right here is she might be like 5'7" to 5'10".
You think so?
Yeah, she might be like 5'7", 5'10" max.
No, but she's wearing like boots though.
Yeah, but that still only adds like 2 inches. She's not going for it like a lot of women.
I mean, I'm gonna say 6'2", but like, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
It just reminds me of my boy Gio, like the same frame and everything. But yeah, keep
But that
going.
dude
Sorry.
is like 240 easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Women love guys that make them feel safe, and this dude looks like a fucking bouncer. He's got the size of a bouncer, or somebody that wears flannel and uses axes on trees for a living. Jeremy says he looks like he's about to go rock climbing, or maybe he works on a trash truck. The suspender strap. Oh, you're talking about?
No, yeah, it's not the guy
weirdo.
former.
No,
Yeah.
he doesn't.
The weirdo.
No.
Weirdo.
That's a style thing. That's like that's a weird new age style thing that he would get clowned for and get negative. He would get negative 12 girls with that shit.
That's he's 19 though, so it's whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Probably in like my mid-20s, I had terrible self-esteem, undiagnosed depression, and like I was going like Tinder and stuff, and girls were like, "Oh, we want to be with you." I'm like, "This piece of shit? Okay, all right, yeah, absolutely." You learn what you like.
If you're being safe and it's all consensual, everybody's happy, everybody's learning.
I'm no Sammy the Stallion.
I mean, he's the coolest guy here.
Correct.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's got the most game.
Sorry. I think he was trying to be kind. In a lot of gay communities, we're just going to be real. And the thing is, I used to have a personal training client who's gay, and we had a lot of these talks. The only thing you really need to do to succeed in the gay world sexually is be white. That's all you have to do. Because a lot of gay black men don't want black men. Gay white men don't want black men. Gay Asian men don't want black men. I have my theories on that, but I'm going to keep that to myself. Size. That dude doesn't really have a lot of game. It's just that when you go to a sex party, they see that there's another dude there. And okay, again, guys are generally not as sexually selective as women are. So straight men are going to have a lot of problems in getting sexual access. Gay guys already have low standards because they're men. We men tend to have lower standards. You get two classes of people with low standards, and that's what you get. So, everybody's assuming that he's fucked over 200 guys. He's got game. No, the only thing he had to do is be white and have a willing butthole. That's it.
The 200 plus really threw me off.
What's the highest you think your number will get?
I don't know, maybe 20? I could probably sleep with 20 people. The world is my oyster.
Yeah, we're not
Hey there,
on that.
good looking.
We're not on that type of time.
I'm
we're
done
not-
with you. I'm done with you, dog.
We're not on that type of time. She sucked at least 271 penises in her life. I don't want to hear. I could get to 20. Fuck out of here, Dan Jensen. We're just sending some love to the platform. We really do appreciate you.
You're stupid.
For we really do appreciate you for sponsoring yet another one of our live streams here. We really do appreciate that very, very much. Didn't even leave a comment with it, so you know what I'm saying? Like, shout out.
Oh my god, I'm crying. Dude,
and again, like, what I'm saying? I think it's possible.
What the fuck?
And I try to warn you guys, this is the home of the cold truth and a hot take. Here's a hot take. It seems like a hot take, but it's probably a cold truth. I think she's had more penises than clean needles.
I can't gather myself right now. I'm sorry. You just finished me with that line. I apologize.
Nah, she's finished a lot of guys.
No, bro, that comment before where you're like, oh, he's just being white and an asshole. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. It just set me. But it's been an interesting video, say the least. So.
Question: anybody in the comments section? The big guy said he had 33. The Asian guy said he had 8. The weird guy with the knee pads, I think he said he had like 12 or something like that. The dude that had like the most drip said, he's only had sex with Pamela Henderson.
Yeah.
Do you think any of those guys lied about their sexual partner number? I'm gonna go first. The gay dude, again, there are guys that he probably looked at while their weird body was flopping about on somebody else. He looked at them and counted that. I think that he was probably the one. That was. I think he was the one that was capping, because again, how they say guys always try to expand.
Yeah.
I know that he's probably
like you said, he expanded his asshole. I'm sorry. Yeah, apologize.
I'm just and there's no knock on them. When they let off in somebody's butthole, there's no fucking single parent that's going to be coming out of that. Like they don't have a whole lot to lose. They don't. They're not trying to wreck each other in divorces. I still think that gay men have a much easier time in relationships than everybody else.
Yeah, no, that's
gay women have it the worst. Gay women have it the worst. But gay men are like, if you're gay, your life is really easy. Unless you're a black guy with a very large member, then life is not so easy for you. Because I really think that that's the reason that they avoid the black guys. But yeah, gay guys are winning in relationships a lot more than everybody else. So shout out to them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you don't have to earn sex. You just need to be. I think most of them, your body has to still be warm.
Yeah, I mean, I think when it kind of comes down to it, it was a very interesting video, seeing the body numbers, and kind of the discussion that went
No
around
shade to
it.
them. No
And
shade
I
to
think
them, because
when it
everybody
kind
else, you notice everybody else there, Cap, was struggling except for him?
Yeah.
No hate on that guy.
No hate on that guy. I think when it kind of comes down to it, though, is I appreciated some of the honesty, especially the guy with 0. And it kind of goes to show, though, like, confidence, and even actually the bigger dude that with 33, sometimes people use sex as a way of kind of getting over low self-esteem. So you got to make sure you get yourself right so you make the right decisions, in my opinion. But yeah, Jesus. This chat just got savage, but I know you gotta.
It's a little bit easier, and again, our standards are not very high. I mean, how many of us would have like ridiculous body counts if we got more sexual propositions from women? Kat, what's your body count? Let's get into it. Let's get down into it. What's your body count, Kat?
My body count is Well, wait, are we counting oral? We're counting probably if we're doing that, probably around 20.
Okay.
18 to 20, probably around that. Like, but I mean, like actual penetration.
When you put your dick in her mouth, you have to penetrate her mouth. What are you talking about? We just had this discussion 2 days ago.
Listen. You can have your viewpoint on it. I have it on mine. I'm just saying I view that as a fucking fun pre-warm-up. That's all I'm saying. Right? That's a pregame. Listen, I'm the alcoholic of sex, I guess. Like a pregame ain't getting drunk. Listen.
Ask Kevin Durant about what happens in the pregame.
But
that shit counts too. Them injuries count too, son.
Okay. All right. So yeah, like around 20. So it's just but like around 20. I know it's probably 300. But how many numbers?
14.
14. I mean.
Because and the thing is, I could have definitely, like, I had propositions from one chick. I remember when I was a virgin, I was 18, and I'll never forget this shit. So this is some low T shit. But I remember this one chick. She was this annoying chick, and I didn't really like being around her. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, I knew that my boy would take it down, because it wasn't like she was physically unattractive. She was a slim chick, your typical white chick in upstate New York. You know what I'm saying? But I found her to be intensely annoying. I wasn't trying to give up my virginity to like just anybody, because I come from like a hyper religious background.
Right.
So I wasn't just trying to like I wanted to fuck, but I didn't want it that bad.
Right.
So she came through my friend's house, who lived in the development like down the road from mine. Like it was like a 6-minute walk. So I snuck out of my house because my mom was like ultra strict. I sneak out of my house. I go run with him. We go pick up these 2 chicks from where they was at, brought them back to my boy's crib, which is like right by my house. And he says to the slim, the more attractive chick, he's like, yo, can I come talk to you upstairs about something? And I already knew what time it was because of like how he gets down, right?
Right.
So she was like, all right. And so he leaves me with the other chick. The other chick is like half my size and twice my width. Like half my height and like. And so I would look at her and I would compare her to round objects. So she started to like try to be kind of like aggressive towards me. And I was just like, is my first time going to be with a fat chick?
Listen.
So she was like trying to sit on my lap, and I was just directing her ass away from him. Like, nah, I'm not good.
The air traffic control, just waving it the other direction.
Yeah, I was waving.
like you're going this way, like this way. Back up that bus, beep, beep, beep.
And Shorty was like, yo, you must be gay. And I'm just like, you know that you're overweight. What are you talking about? But the thing is, she knew what I didn't know. is that she smashed a bunch of dudes who don't give a fuck about
Yeah.
how she looks like a butterball turkey. she didn't care, right?
Butterball turkey, dog. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I mean, how I look like fucking a fat chick named Raven? Like the fuck?
Yeah.
It just wasn't. She didn't catch me on a desperate day. Okay.
Yeah.
And I was just like, nah, that's not gonna work for me. I gave it up to a woman that like a girl I was dating that was just fucking awesome human being who I still have a lot of love for to this day, right? And then I went on and did some whole shit after that. But that fat chick wasn't gonna be the first one. Chill.
You know what's funny too, right? And this is probably why in certain aspects I have a certain worldview, right? So like, I grew up in a Catholic household, as you know, right?
Right.
And I was actually going to do the whole wait till marriage, and then I got the diagnosis when I was 19, right?
Like, listen.
Like, no, I'm legitimately seriously, because it was like it was a serious diagnosis where there's a possibility, like, yo, I might not make it. To just keep it all the way real, because I had it at 19, and then I ended up like, yo, and as stupid as this may sound, like, I don't want to die a virgin, like, fuck. And then I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of after a situation. Wait, what is this? I had a date. What the fuck? Simplistic. Yo, I'm done. But no, like I had my first.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I will say,
man,
dude.
the stories I could tell. Oh man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be dog water level on the Patreon, son. The stories I could tell.
But that whole shit changed my perspective. I'll be honest with you. And then after like around 19, and then, I'm not gonna lie, I went through a little phase where, quite a bit of different women, and it just kind of like, I don't look at it as a bad thing. Like, if I'll be completely honest how I feel. I kind of wish a little bit lower, like a couple of them, where they turned out to be. I regret, not because of the act itself, because of the craziness. Like the one chick that got upset when, I took a shit in her toilet.
In the toilet.
Yeah, in the bathroom. Like, that shit I regret, because she was like cuckoo crazy, right? Okay, like some of that shit I regret, and then, I think it's kind of a learning experience for me. It is just kind of funny. If you were to have this conversation with me about like 12, 13 years ago, I would have a completely, I'm going to wait till marriage, I'm going to do this, and now I'm just like, like, it's just kind of pointless. Just, do what you got to do.
I remember when I met Mrs. Evil, I scared the shit out of her because we were on a subway train after 2 weeks. So I was like, I really only want to date going towards marriage. And she was thinking, well, I don't give a fuck about marriage. That's just not even important to me. And I was like, oh.
And
now
you smashing on the reg.
So
sorry.
I can already hear her soul from the other room yelling, Patreon!
Patreon! Nah, all right, we'll stop there. But
she just walked in the room to look at me. She's like, come on, guys.
I'm sorry. Yo, we're just in such a good mood right now.
Oh shit, man.
I love you, Mrs. Evil. But yeah, we'll go into further detail with a lot of funny stories that we'll probably just keep exclusively to the Patreon. But it changed my worldview on things, and just changed my whole perspective, because I hate to say this, when your mortality comes into effect, it does make you look at things a lot differently. Like,
that's real.
Because I'll be real.
Oh, sorry. I had a friend, man, and I don't, I got to make this really clear, man, because it still hurts. Like, when I remember my friend, I'm not going to mention her name or anything. I met her. I think I was 20. I was like 19 when I met her, and she was 17, from Egypt. She died on the same day Anna Nicole Smith died, in 2008. And man, it makes me feel emotional because she was Muslim, she died of a rare form of melanoma that showed up on her eye. So she lost her eye.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
that sucks.
I was very physically attracted to her. Very physically attractive girl. Very. And I love like like Mrs. Evil skin color.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I love that skin color. And then she had like this
That's a great skin tone,
curly
I ain't gonna
hair.
lie. Yeah.
And I knew that, she had a religious faith.
Mm.
And I always respected it, but I always thought like she's gonna die never experiencing sexual intimacy.
Mm.
And I don't know. There was something that was very scary about that to me.
Mm.
The thought that like as an adult, you know that your time is up or going to be up. And you're just like, well, it's just never gonna happen. Like
Yeah,
I've seen people who are terminally ill and they try to get married when they're on the deathbed. And I think that's like really romantic for the person who's passing away and really devastating for the person that marries them at the end because they have to live with that grief.
Yeah.
But I just want to let you know, Cap, like I understand what you're talking about when you're talking to when you have that thought that like your time is not finite. Your time is not infinite; it is finite. You know that you could go very soon.
And that's where it kind of changes your whole perspective. And then, like, because I had when I was 19, and I had it came back later, right when I was mid-20s, and then kind of had to deal with that again. It's just like I don't take anything for granted anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I just live my life. Now I'm getting married, and when I'm in a relationship, I'm always just faithful to that lady. And with me and the wife and stuff, fantastic. I think everything happens for a reason. But that's why I don't look down on people that like either struggle to get sex or have a lot of sex. I think everything happens within someone's own timetable. But the best thing you can do is just continually better yourself for those, because those people even that have quite a bit of sex that have low self-esteem, like you need to make sure you work on yourself continually so you're good and so you're right. Because like sex, yeah, that's great. Don't get me wrong. It's a great act to have. But when you just have low self-esteem, you got to work on that so you can kind of acknowledge your own worth. Not to go on that soapbox, but
I get you.
I've seen people like take their own life, regardless of whatever acts or how much money they got, because up here mentally they're not right.
Yeah.
Because like at the end of the day, relationships, money, like cars, all that's great. But if you're not good up here, if you're not well with yourself, it really is worthless.
Matters.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
can I ask you one more question before we get out of here? Because I'm going to go see John Wick in 40 minutes, and I'm really excited. Ronald Sims says, just catching the stream. I'm a virgin by choice. It probably will be for a while because no one is deserving, not even a one-night stand. Can we give some fucking respect to Ronald Sims? Can we give some motherfucking respect? And we're going to talk about this on a later video and or stream. But I know a lot of women are calling us gay and sassy because, guys have standards now. And, the guys want to be chased and the guys are knowing their worth. And that comes off kind of gay, kind of sus. Fuck them bitches.
Yeah, I think when it's your own inherent personal belief system or worldview, do it when you want to do it. There should be no pressure internally or externally. Feel comfortable with yourself and be yourself and find someone that meets your standards. There's no shame in that. I will be completely forthright. If I didn't have the shit happen to me, I probably would have just waited till marriage most likely. But shit changes. And I hope for you find that right person that you can try to like value for the rest of your life. I mean that shit. So we don't look down at that.
Final thing before we get into house cleaning, because you know what happens in house cleaning mode. We have to plug all of our shit, right? Question. Think about it and be honest. And I'm not talking about, you wanted to marry her. I mean, that might have been part of it, but just follow me here. How many possible sexual partners do you look back on and say, damn, I really wish I could have been sexual with her at least one time, and that's one that I could have had, didn't, and it's a regret. How many of those do you have on your ledger?
I usually don't like to regret things because I'm always constantly moving forward.
But you know what I mean.
But I know
when
what
you
you
think
mean.
back on her and be like, damn, she looks so good, or there was something
One.
so good about her. And it's
One.
like, damn, if I could have had a taste of that.
There was one. There was one in my life. It was actually the
5.
It was, now mind you, when relationships, I'm, a kind of a romantic type. For me, it was one. It was the first one I ever fell in love with. And I was on that marriage shit.
And she wasn't?
And she said she was, found out she wasn't. That was the one that actually kind of propelled me. Propelled me to, after the diagnosis, fuck this. I'm not going to do this, because when she stabbed me in the back, in the essence, when I was going through all that, she ended up cheating. And that was the one, I guess that's why I don't really even regret it. Looking back, I'm like, that would have been kind of a cool experience with the first person I loved, but then it's kind of a weird area, because I legitimately would not ever pursue anything with her, because I'm the type of person, once you betray my trust, boop,
that's
see you later.
Oh, yeah, I found that out in very savage form.
Well, and I'll be really honest with you, she literally just messaged me on the 10th Facebook account.
Hey, big head!
About a couple months ago, asking yo, do you think we could have been a thing, or do you think
that's another live stream, Cap.
Yeah. No, but we that's the one where it's I possibly think about it, but I really don't regret. But what about you?
I had 5. I have 5, at least 5 in my history. That I had, my body count could definitely be double or triple what it is. I've had a lot of opportunities, and I've turned down a lot of opportunities because it's not too dissimilar to Ronald Sims. I just, if I'm not feeling it, and I'm not feeling the person, because there are a lot of annoying chicks that are willing to fuck. And if you're annoying, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
I don't care about the box that much.
Yeah.
To be dealing with somebody that pisses me off, no matter how good they look. But there's a couple of girls I look back in my past, and regardless of how things ended, I think about, because it's mainly a physical thing. Damn, really wish I could have put in the butt. Really wish I could have did that. That chick, damn. I remember what them lips look like. I really wish I could have slipped in between them. That chick, wow, she had a beautiful body, or she was very physically capable, or she had some other thing that I just thought was just fucking, wow, It's like, if I could have just hit that one time, I could die happy, right?
I mean, I get that.
So I have a few of those in my rear view. I don't think about it often, but I just thought it was an interesting question. But anyway, housekeeping. I want you guys to know, you guys are fucking amazing.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay?
Absolutely.
And what it's done is, I don't know if you guys noticed, but we're creating a shit ton of fucking content because you guys have galvanized us with your support. Yes, Filthy Casual, MMA Watch Party, gonna happen. We're gonna have Filthy Casual Baseball. Filthy Casual Playoff Hockey is coming. Absolutely. We got a lot of stuff coming on that end. We spent how many hours recording yesterday?
Oh, Jesus Christ. At least 6 or some shit. It was
it was deep into the night. And I'm just
like 3 in the morning, bro. Yeah, it was we were going to 3 in the morning. And that, if you're on the Patreon, you'll see the smoke.
Dog water is the place to be, y'all. Dog water. I know it's $10 a month. It's another streaming platform. Yo, you guys. That is 2 hours of, oh my God.
Yeah. That's 2 hours.
David Banner said there better not be a Bruins Filthy Casual watch party.
I mean, the thing is, I do a Maple Leafs watch party after the first round, but it never happens. So it's kind of no, but all jokes aside,
banners. Let's get to these banners, Cap. Oh, Talking Shit Podcast LLC at gmail.com. Anything that you want us to cover, please send us an email there. If you want to see me play Horizon Forbidden West, a strong, independent woman that don't need no man, check me out over at my gaming channel, gaming/driving channel, youtube.com/@dr_evil_genius.
Oh, shit,
Also, you might occasionally find me on Twitter, and getting off of Twitter, same handle. Speaking of Twitter, you can find us there and Narsagram and Twitch at TALKIN_SH_T. If you are watching on another platform like Capta Bitch Ass Majora, bring your bitch ass over to YouTube, and you can find us at www.youtube.com/@TALKINSHIT. And as always, we never want your goddamn rent money or your mortgage money. If you want to donate to the platform, we would be more than grateful. But there are other ways to support the platform. Hit that goddamn like button. We're over here telling you our deepest, darkest fucking secrets. Hit the motherfucking like button. Share this with your friends because it's a very interesting conversation. We will have a whole lot more just like that. And of course, join the 1,117 people over the past 8 days that have said, you know what? Them TSP cats, we should subscribe. Join those people over there, and we will catch you on the next stream. Peace.
Peace.